being part of the program was definitely big for me academically because it helped me in thinking what I wanted to major in college and what I wanted to include in my personal statements.
Well, I think Ywlp helped me to understand how people communicate, because I've always been able to communicate with others, but it helped me to understand why people are the way they are.
I thought I was the only one who was super stressed about school and everything, but when we were there, we got to bond. I got to bond with all of the girls, and I know just how stressed they are too, like me, and so that helps me a lot to know that I'm not the only one.
It also helped me grow as a girl to grow into a woman, I could say, because I hadn't really thought about college and about what was out there for me and that I could be a leader. I hadn't thought of that before, and through the program I was able to consider that as a possibility for me.
Be who you are, basically, and don't be scared. Even though the world is big out there, if you have confidence in yourself and believe you can do it, then you can just do it.
I think that one thing that I'll always remember is the bonds that we formed in that program, because we were really all together for just those 5 days, and yet in the very first moment that we were in that classroom, we all sort of bonded, even though we were all different. We all sort of came together.
Like how empowering it was to see these women like develop within themselves and kind of grow into their own skin, and it was just, I don't know, it kind of prepped me for senior year big time, because I would think back on like how the other girls were growing and how I was growing as a senior, and how I'm taking the step and going to college, and even though it's really, really, I don't know, scary, I know I can do it.
I remember we had a panel of women, it was like 50 women or so that were all leaders in some company or in their own fields, or they were teachers or pediatricians. I really love that, what they did, because it really made me feel like I could really do anything that I wanted, and that if I was able to express what I wanted and what I felt about certain things, that I could really get my opinion heard and get feedback from any other person. So it definitely taught me to not be afraid of speaking. It also taught me that no matter how different the person sitting next to you might be, they might be, like you said, they might become your best friend.
I worked with Shakti Rising, and it's actually a house towards downtown, and it's for women who have been like abused or like are dealing with problems, and it's 3 stories. It's a really big family, and my group, we came up with surveys and a YouTube page and a MySpace page for them, just to get them out there with more like technology-wise.
And then working with Shakti was like, I don't know, it was so empowering. I love that my group got to interact. It wasn't just like we were interacting with the people who were making Shakti happen. It was the actual girls that we got to interact with, and that was always fun, because I actually got to sit down and interview with some of the girls.
How can you have fun on such a long day, over the summer? But it was actually really fun. And then being connected with Shakti, I wasn't expecting to have such I've never even heard of Shakti Rising, but I really liked that organization, and it was something different, and I really liked that.
Food was amazing.
It was amazing.
No, the food was great, but everything was great. I don't think there's like one thing.
That we could
That was just like a packed like week. Everything was fun. Like there wasn't really.
I really liked everything.